warm welcome to Great Getaways. I'm Kamya Verma reporting straight from Bhuj Airport, which is in the Kutch district of Gujarat. I'm here to head to one of the most spoken about festivals in India, Rann Utsav, a celebration of life on a white barren land. This better be good. History of Gujarat in Bhuj remains incomplete without mentioning the fact that the city has been tormented by two deadly earthquakes. The spirit of people living in Bhuj is clear from the fact that the city has restored its life and colour by rebuilding the city. Many travellers from across the world visit Kutch from December to March to see the place decked up like a bride and celebrating life. The Rann of Kutch is calm, charismatic and enigmatic. An oasis in an otherwise deserted village of Dordo, which is 85 kilometers away from Bhuj. This barely traceable village is host to the Rann Utsav, a festival that celebrates art, culture and beauty of Gujarat under one roof. Perched on arid, barren and cracked land, the Rann Utsav's tent city is speckled with colourful stalls and beautiful tents. This is the Rann of Kutch, the largest area of nothingness and beautiful tents created in the middle of a desert, and they look extremely inviting. Let's explore further. Along with several blocks of entertainment, dining and other activities, more than 350 tents are set up by the White Rann Camping and Hospitality. Meticulous planning and expert execution is the reason behind this well-planned tent city. It takes more than 3 months to develop a complex sprawling over an area of about 5 lakh square meters. The Swiss tents are available in 3 categories: premium AC, deluxe AC and non-AC. The tents are comfortable with self-contained bathrooms. Packages are available in 1 night 2 days and 2 night 3 days only, making it an ideal destination to visit over the weekend.
It takes approximately 2 months to complete the entire infrastructure that you see around here. We start from September, and as we started in November this time, we took entirely approximately 65 days to complete the entire setup. The first challenge that we face is obviously the logistics part of it, wherein getting the material 80 kilometers from Bhuj and setting it up in that particular time frame. As the starting date is fixed, you can't deviate from that. So getting that entire infrastructure ready before that starting date is a challenge. The logistic itself is a very big task. There are approximately 500 trucks of material which are used to set up this entire space. The festival is all about celebrating full moon in White Rann. We're showcasing the culture of Kutch here, the dance form, their music, their way of life. White Rann Camping and Hospitality has been part of Rann Utsav since last 3 years. We're providing a holistic service to the guest, right from the pickup of the guest at Bhuj to getting them here, taking them on tours, and their stay, their food, all the facilities are we're being taken care of. We have some local folk music. We invite artists from abroad also, from Bombay, Delhi, And then there are dance performances, garbha, and stargazing activity. There's a mehndi artist also from the local village. Earlier, the guests were coming mostly from Gujarat. Now they're coming from abroad as well. And major chunk of tourists are from Bombay and Delhi. There are 3 categories of tents and approximately 350 tents in all, wherein there's a premium category, a deluxe and a non-AC category. The premium tents are for 16,000 rupees for 2 nights package. The non-AC tents are 12,000 and the deluxe are 15,000, which includes all their meal, transport and tours and everything.
In December 2015, Prime Minister Modi, who was once the Chief Minister of Gujarat, made a visit to the Rann Utsav, and his luxurious bulletproof tent is now a huge tourist attraction. Ironically, the event is Modi's brainchild during his stint as the state's chief minister, which was marketed by actor Amitabh Bachchan in series of advertisements.
Breathe in this air of celebration and excitement. Breathe in a bit of Gujarat.
With traditional Kutch interiors and plush wooden furnishings, the Super Rajwadi accommodation houses a huge bedroom with a wooden carved bed, a drawing room with sofas, a television set and multimedia players, a dining hall, a conference room, a lounge, bathroom with modern fittings and a wardrobe section. This sprawling carpeted tent gives the suite a regal look. It also houses a temperature-controlled system said to be set up at a cost of 31 lakh rupees. A one-night stay here would cost you a minimum of 8 to 10,000 rupees excluding meals. But what is it that attracts 2.5 lakh visitors every year to the Rann Utsav? Well, it's the white desert that's a sight to behold, and which is where everyone who stays at the tent city heads to. Every evening at 4 p.m, camel carts are lined up on a first-come, first-served basis, all headed in one direction.
Travelling by a camel cart is probably the best mode of transport here in Gujarat, and this good-looking camel has promised me to take me to one of the best sunset locations in Gujarat.
A 30-minute ride from the tent city takes you to a different world altogether. Something you've never seen before. Wrinkled, dry, parched and yearning for attention. The land laid unnoticed for decades. On first sight, it looks like snow. During monsoons, the Arabian Sea covers this flat land. As temperature rises and summers beckon, the water recedes, leaving behind salt marshes.
If you close your eyes and imagine emptiness, this would be it. This is the largest area of nothingness on this planet, uninhabited, with a physical barrier separating India from Pakistan from a far western border. Not a shrub, not a bird, not a bump, not a breeze. It's only white in every direction, horizon after horizon.
Over the infinite salt pan, when a hot mass of vermilion orange sun sets, it's a sight to behold. As the sun threatens to set by an endless ocean of white, the realm of salt lays bare as a chill sets in.
things the Rann of Kutch is known for. 1. The flat snow-white salt marshal, and 2. The Kutchi people. The lack of color in the environment is brought to life by their colorful clothes. The reds, blues and yellows embellish not only their attire but also this white desert.
Gujarat is blessed with rich and vibrant tradition of handicrafts, and no wonder then, here is the community that's entirely dependent on that for a living. No middlemen, no retailers. This is where you can buy directly from artisans themselves, so it's best not to bargain. From clothes to bed sheets, jewelry to footwear, glittering mirror work embellishes every product. Although it is widely differed in its proportion of its patterns, a mixed combination with aesthetic appeal, the creativity stands unique with diverse arts and crafts. Beaded accessories like hair clips, bands, bracelets and bangles add range to their artisanship. The Rann of Kutch is clearly a handicraft haven.
To remind you that you are in the camel territory, hot in the day and freezing as the sun sets. So let's head to yet another location which promises a picturesque view of Gujarat, Kala Dungar, which is the highest point of Kutch.
Kala Dungar or Black Hill is the highest point in Kutch. Located very close to the Pakistan border, this is probably the only place in Kutch where you can get a panoramic view of the great Rann of Kutch. This is where the entire northern horizon vanishes into the great Rann, the desert and the sky often becoming one. Many tourists from in and around the tent city and Bhuj come by to see the picturesque sunset. Like a jewel in the crown of Kutch, Kala Dungar stands out as a destination attracting both legend lovers and history lovers. Into the night, the Rann of Kutch looks like a bride. The stalls come alive and decorative lights invite all passers-by. Temperature drops down to single digits and wearing winter warmers is inescapable. Every night at the cultural night show, musicians, dancers, comedians and puppeteers keep the guests entertained. Rustic voices of the singers and beautiful Kutchi folk melodies fill the air and resonate in your mind. But a few meters away on the white desert, there is a different world altogether. Every month on the full moon night, the spectacular sight of boundless white desert under the moonlight presents stunning creation of nature unique to this world.
The great Rann of Kutch on a moonlit night. Well, it's yet another dream come true. The beauty of moon rays falling on this pristine, pure white salt desert is so mesmerizing that I wouldn't mind getting moon washed every single night. Yes, even though it's freezing in here.
The best way to experience the white run is to stare into the moon, sit by yourself and take it all in. With the moon bobbing overhead and a spotless white scape extending before you, you can travel across the world for just a few minutes of this. Being a part of Thar Desert, one is often reminded of the contrast between Rajasthan's desolate sand dunes vis-a-vis Gujarat's snow-white salt marshes. If the traditional flavor gets a tad bit overwhelming, you can try out a whole host of activities that can keep you entertained through the day. ATV ride, paragliding, cycling are some of the exciting things you can do at the run.
You can also experience an adrenaline rush at the Rann of Kutch. Team up with your family and friends and try out some of these adventure sports. You could either mount on a mean machine or take to the skies.
A flat bed of sand, a mean machine, and a runway with no barriers. There couldn't have been a better platform to ride on an ATV or an all-terrain vehicle, at least for beginners like me. The sound of raw power cutting through the sands of an endless desert can be addictive. Just that you will be covered with a thick layer of sand post the experience. Two words of caution: wear nice chunky sunglasses and do not dress for the occasion the way I did. After a deep cleansing session and a rigorous hair wash, it's time for another sport.
What better way to bid goodbye to the beautiful Rann of Kutch than by gliding through the open blue skies and getting an aerial view of the beautiful tent city. Well, I have to agree with Gujarat Tourism's tagline, Kutch nahi dekha, to kuch nahi dekha.
As I glide through the winds of Gujarat, soaking in the picturesque view of the white Rann of Kutch, I have to admit it's been a phenomenal experience. Submerged under the lake for most of the year, the run transforms itself into a glistening expanse of salt-encrusted white desert during the winters and the summers. The Rann of Kutch leaves any language insufficient to describe its brilliance. The beautiful white desert and the tent city make it an attractive place for every Indian and every traveler who visits India.